Hi everyone, welcome to my channel JS to Big Data. This is the Pandas tutorial series for data science and this is the fourth part of this series. In this specific video, we will talk about filtering the data in Pandas. So basically, there are different ways in which you can filter data in Panda. The first one is you can use either boolean expressions in location and ilocation function. You can also use df.query as well as you can make use of df.filter. There are many other ways to filter the data, but we will mostly look into these three concepts. So query and filter, they are almost like same, but they offer different APIs to us. A query is used when you want to perform certain search on the data frame, wherein filter is used to narrow down the data set. But the practical usage is almost same. You can use them alternatively. A quick recap about this query and filter. We have used them in the previous tutorials. So if you remember, as part of the indexing and slicing of data frames tutorial, I already explained you how you can use iloc and loc function to query or filter out certain data frames. So we will learn each of these in details in this tutorial. So let's get started. To get started, we will upload our company.csv file into the data frame. And obviously we need to import the libraries, which we have done that. So let's spend little time in understanding this data frame. You see the auto generated indexes here. You see employee ID, birthday, you see age, right? Age stands from 61, 58, so on, and here you can see like 21 age also is there. There are city names, department, job title and gender. So let's say I want to filter out where the age is greater than 55, right? So 56, 57s and up to the max value should be included in the data frame, right? How to achieve this? We'll see, using loc and iloc function how to do this. So this is similar to select all from data frame where age is greater than 55, right? So this is the equivalent SQL query. So what we will do, we'll use our doc.loc function and we'll just pass this expression inside a bracket. We'll say df.age is greater than 55, right? Because we want to select everything that's above 55. So let's see what sort of data frame it returns. So if you see, right, it has all the values, and if you want to specifically see the age and its values, you can also do that. You can also filter out the age, and we have discussed all this in the previous tutorials. And this is using loc function, and similarly we can also achieve this using iloc function. So let's see what we need to write in iloc functions. It's same. But remember, we need to pass something called values. Why? Because iloc works based on the index positions, right? Integer index positions. That's why we need to pass this dot values function. So this is only the difference between iloc and loc function. And here let's run this and see. Yeah, okay. So it has selected the right data frame for us. It has given us the right data frame. It has all the correct age. So next we will see how we can achieve the same thing or similar stuff using df.query. So you have seen how to use greater than operations with hard-coded values. So we'll use a different value here. So we'll use the mean function here, right? So let's find the mean value of the age, which is 45.78. And what we will do is we will filter out all the age which is greater than or equal to the mean value of the age, right? So how to do that? We'll say the same thing, right? df.query age is greater than or equal to the mean value, and run it, and you can see that it has found the correct values for us, right? This is the correct data frame and it has all the ages greater than or equal to 45.78. The key point to remember here is the expression is passed inside a string, right? for a query, you need to pass the expression inside a string. So this is the key point to remember here. So I want to explain you another example where the use case always won't be so simple that you just have to compare it with a value or a hard-coded string, right? There can be a pattern where you want to fetch certain columns based on the value of another column, right? So based on column A values, you want to fetch maybe column B value, and you don't want to do it through multiple steps. So the loc API itself has a lot of powerful inbuilt APIs that you can use to achieve this. So let's try to look at it. So what I'm doing is I'm just creating a data frame with the following values. It has first name, last name, email and phone number. And as you can see, the indexes are auto-generated. And what I want to achieve is possibly just find the email addresses of first name John or Jack, right? So I want to find the email address of specific people with certain names, right? So this can be a real world example as well. What I will do is I'll create a string expression first, saying that the first name equal to John and first name equal to Jack. And then I'll use the df.location function to specify my filter and my column that I want to fetch. I'll do filter expression. I'll say df first name equal to John or df first name equal to Jack. And then I'm just using this filter expression and passing it here, right? So what it would give me is the columns, right? So what it is giving me is the indexes, right? So Jack is having index 2, John is on index 0 and the data. And can you guess what type of data it returns? Possibly you have guessed it right. So it returns a series data type. I also want you to try out something else. So let's say I remove email from there and then I run it. So what would happen? It will give me the entire data frame, right? So it depends on use case, whether you want to select here, whether you want to select the specific column or the entire data frame. Okay. I also told you to check the type of this. And you can see that in this case it is series, and we already talked about it. And I already explained you, if you don't specify the email, what it would return is the data frame. And you can check its type, right? It would be data frame type. So we have seen, how to use the loc and iloc function to filter the data. We have also seen some basic examples of query, right? .query method. And the third one that we are going to learn is about dataframe.filter method. Okay, so dataframe has a built-in API called filter, and we are going to use it, and we'll see what we can achieve using this. You can definitely achieve the similar kind of result using this. So again, we'll create a simple data frame. These examples I have taken from the official site of Pandas documentation, so you can also refer the official documentation as well. So I'm just creating a data frame, and what it has is, it has 2 rows, mouse and rabbit as indexes, and it has 3 columns, 1, 2, 3. So what I want to do is, I want to only fetch 2 columns, column 1 and column 3. I don't want the column 2, and I want both the rows as it is. So what I can do is, I can write a simple filter function, and what I'll say is, I'll say df.filter items equal to 1 and 3. So these are the column names that I will specify, and you can see the result that it is going to select 1 and 3, or it has selected 1 and 3, and I have both the rows. Next, let's say what we will do is, we want to select columns where the column names are ending with letter E. It's kind of a regular expression, right? Any string that ends with E. So let's see how to achieve this. So what we will do is, we'll say df.filter regular expression E $, right? So dollar meaning it ends with E, and we are seeing access1 meaning you will select everything on the column. So if you want to apply this pattern or regular expression on the rows, you would say access 0. Okay, so let's run this and see. So you can see that it has selected the data correctly, right? 1 and 3. So just for the sake of example, instead of applying it on axis 1, let's say I want to select the row where the row name is having the letter BBI. Okay, so what I can do is I can write it as dataframe.filter like equal to BBI and axis equal to 0, because I want to filter it on the row. So let's run this and see. So yes, it has selected the values correctly, right? It has selected rabbit 4, 5, 6. So this is all about filter and how you can filter out data in Pandas, right? There are multiple other ways to do it, and I have covered those each and everything in indexing and slicing section. So if you have not watched that video, please go and watch it. And I hope you are clear with these concepts and you are liking the content that I share on my channel. Please do like and subscribe my videos and share it with others. Thank you.